Now they awaited another reunion, with the father Abisai had not seen in person since he was an infant. "Maybe he didn't come," Mariquin Perdomo said. Then the boy spotted his father and sprinted toward him. His mother moved more tentatively. For days, she had been consumed by a range of emotions, joy and relief at finding her son, anxiety over whether his father truly wanted her with him after a long estrangement, guilt over the terrors Abisai had suffered, and fear over how her asylum case would play out amid a sweeping U.S. immigration crackdown. Such anxieties are common as the administration of U.S. President Donald Trump scrambles to return as many as 2,500 immigrant children to their parents by a court-ordered deadline of July 26. Mariquin Perdomo's case faces long odds in court, said David Ware, a New Orleans immigration attorney. "It's hard to put her in a distinct group," he said. "The sad thing about Central American immigrants is that they are fleeing what amount to failed states with high levels of criminality." Sessions did what he could to gut asylum law, she said. The Department of Justice declined to comment on whether Sessions aimed to make asylum claims more difficult for Central Americans or whether recently reunited families now face a tougher fight against deportation. In a speech on the day he issued his decision, Sessions said that the asylum system is being abused to the detriment of the rule of law, sound public policy, and public safety. His decision, he said, restored sound principles of asylum. A knock on the door. Two uniformed Honduran National Police officers pushed their way into her home and demanded money, she said. One of them hit her with a gun. Later, after they left, the telephone rang and a voice told her to have the cash in 24 hours or die, according to the transcript of her account to authorities. Mariquin Perdomo had long been separated from Abisai's father, Edward Montes Lopez, but he kept in touch with their children through phone calls, emails, and video chat. Together they decided Maria should flee with their youngest, Abisai, to New Orleans. They could not afford to move the whole family, and Mariquin Perdomo's other 5 children were older teenagers or adults. Montes Lopez borrowed $3,000 from friends among the several dozen other Hondurans he worked with as a welder for a New Orleans shipbuilder to help pay for their journey. 2 days after the police officers threatened them, the mother and son started their journey north, traveling for 15 days by van, bus, and truck, she said. At one point they spent a night in a tractor-trailer carrying 108 people. Separating a mother and son, Mariquin Perdomo and her son spent their first night in the United States on the floor of a Border Patrol processing center in McAllen, Texas. The next day, Mariquin Perdomo said, she was shackled and shuttled to a nearby federal courthouse. Immigration officials, she said, told her Abisai would be waiting for her when she returned. The agents did not say where Abisai had been taken, and Mariquin Perdomo said she did not learn his whereabouts for another 15 days. They told everybody that when you get back, your kid will be waiting, she said. U.S. Customs and Border Protection spokesman Daniel Hetlage confirmed that Mariquin Perdomo and her son were separated while she was away at court, but said he could not determine what Border Patrol agents told the mother and son in the process. Deceiving parents when separating them from their children would violate agency policy, Hetlage said, and parents are typically given written instructions for finding out where their children have been taken and how to contact them. In June, Trump ordered the family separation stopped after widespread outrage over the policy. A federal judge in San Diego ordered the government to reunite families it had split up by July 26. Salmos 121, 2 days after crossing the Rio Grande, Mariquin Perdomo was transferred to the Port Isabel Service Processing Center, a massive immigration and customs enforcement detention center outside Brownsville, Texas. There, she bonded with 3 other mothers, all of them Christians, and spent her days with them crying, praying, and fasting. After 2 weeks, she said, her son finally called. She had no privacy as they spoke and did not want to worry him. She just repeated, "We'll be together very soon," though she did not know if that was true. Abisai, it turned out, was not far away. Unlike some children, who were taken to centers thousands of miles from their parents, Mariquin Perdomo's son was sent to Casa Padre, a facility designed to house up to 1,500 boys in former Walmart Supercenter about 25 miles from where his mother was detained. Mariquin Perdomo was released on July 13, and a day later, she was reunited with her son in the lobby of Casa Padre. As they held a long embrace, she begged for his forgiveness, said Goodwin, who witnessed the scene. "She's thinking it's all her fault," Goodwin said of the separation. "It's not her fault at all." Mariquin Perdomo gave her son a set of colorful handmade cards she had made for him in detention. On one of them, she had drawn flowers surrounding a Bible verse, Psalms 121:8. It reads in English, "The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore." For a related photo essay, go to